Here we go then with the second race of the day for the Ohvale GP machines, and let's recap the morning qualifying. Henry McCartney was the fastest qualifier with a 42.8 from Harley McCabe in second, Reuben Bray in third, Warwick Brady fourth, Luca Hopkins in fifth, Zach Weston qualified in sixth position. Seventh was George Bose and Wilson Dilks, Laken Payne in ninth, Arnie Carr in 10th, Daniel Stevenson 11th, and Monty Hillier in 12th. Ralph Croft 13th from Luca Wilkinson, Cameron Ancliffe, Izzy Carter, Jack Newton, Kobe Garrett in 18th place. Dan Deering qualified in 19th, and Josh Bannister, no time in qualifying, starts at the back. So Ohvale, this, as we say, debut class for 2020. Ellis Park saw the debut of the Ohvale machines in the UK. The issue is, of course, with the Ohvale machines, they are stock-based as well. There's sealed engines, there are no real modifications allowed to them. They have to be sealed for competition, which means that it is straightforward to get into this class and get racing as well. So a good way to get the young riders into the sport. At the front there is some very good racecraft on offer from these riders as well. I'm sure there'll be a few names to look out for in the future, of course. Pete Hickman, of course, who we mentioned earlier on in the show. He, of course, we spoke to him at the first round, fastest man on the Isle of Man TT. Speaking of the Isle of Man, James Hillier, trackside at the moment, looking after his son, who's out in this race as well. Monty Hillier qualifying just outside of the top 10 in one of his first ever race meetings, and he'll be looking, I'm sure, to follow in his father's footsteps. The green flag goes up, and Ohvale race 2 is underway. Oh, great run on the outside from Harley McCabe. Trouble on the start. One rider goes down. Harley McCabe with a good getaway. They ran the outside. We're just trying to identify who that rider was that went down. It appears they're okay. Now, I think that was Arnie on the number 83. He's had such a good afternoon so far, but drops the bike on the start line. At the front, though, good jump on the outside from Harley McCabe from the 31 of Henry McCartney, who tries to look down the inside. Reuben Bray watching in third. And looks like Arnie Carr gets away at the back of the field, the rider who dropped the bike on the start line, the 83. Winner earlier on, of course, of the first race of the block. We had the Junior Supermoto 90. That was won by Arnie Carr, but now Carr is in last place and cut adrift from the rest of the pack, so he's got some work to do with 11 laps to go. McCartney leads, getting past McCabe on that first lap. It's Reuben Bray in third, Zach Weston fourth, Warwick Brady in fifth, Hopkins Bowes, and the 85 of Wilson Dilks in 8th place, 9th for Laken Payne, Daniel Stevenson 10th, Cameron Ancliffe in 11th place from Ralph Croft, and Monty Hillier in 13th, Luca Wilkinson, Jack Newton a bit further behind. But we look at the race leader, Henry McCartney, on the number 31. Not really shaking off Harley McCabe at the moment. At the final corner they go, and McCabe, good drive out to that final corner. The 179 of Harley McCabe is really starting to put Henry McCartney under some pressure here as they go up towards the chicane. This tight hairpin left-hand corner now, about the slowest part of the track. And then it all gets quicker. Oh, as McCabe has a look down the inside of McCartney, but doesn't quite pull the move off. McCartney glancing over the shoulder. And they say sometimes you've got to be careful doing that, really. Just keep looking down the road, not worrying about the rider behind you so much. But McCartney knows that McCabe's there. And Harley McCabe trying to apply the pressure as they go into the hairpin. Henry McCartney, nice line though, guards that inside line. And Harley McCabe, oh, red flag. We had a red flag. There's an incident, I think, at the top of the track. Oh, that's a shame. That was developing into a nice race now. Just trying to see who that right. Might have been George Bowes, 67, looking at the number on there that went off. But as you can see for yourself, the rider appears to be okay and gets a bit of comfort there, but looks a bit perplexed there. I don't know if he got caught out by the bike or something, just seems to get away from him. That's a very fast part of the track actually where that incident occurred. And the unfortunate George Bowes, red flag is out, and the medics making their way out onto the course. The Ohvale machines go back out for a sighting lap. They'll return back to the grid, and this race will be restarted for its 10-lap conclusion. So Ohvale machines now making their way back towards the start line for the restart of this race. Still 10 laps to go when the red flag came out. And we saw quite a good battle between Henry McCartney and Harley McCabe when that red flag came out. Not much between those two riders, so let's have a look and see what happens when the race restarts in just a few moments. Last few riders coming in then from the sighting lap, and I think that's Izzy Carter possibly just lost the engine, and Izzy had some trouble in the first race when the bike stalled on the line, and a bit of work to do, but Izzy Carter back with the rest of the field now. I think that's Monty Hillier there, number 37, the famous son, of course. And it looks like this is only his, I was told earlier, only his second competitive race meeting, but he's got the bike fired up. The 37 just on the edge of the top 10 as the flag drops, and away they go. Oh, but this time Henry McCartney made that start a bit better than he did the first time and made that corner his. Harley McCabe in second, Ruben Bray in third. So here we go again. Still a long way to go in this race, and it's still as you were at the front, and already Henry McCartney and Harley McCabe starting to pull away. There's the 31, Henry McCartney, the race leader. Ruben Bray in third, Warwick Brady and Luca Hopkins. McCartney leads them down towards the final corner. Let's have a look at the 179 there of Harley McCabe. Seemed to get a better drive out of the final corner. Not able to find a way through at the moment. Ruben Bray still in third. It's Warwick Brady fourth, Luca Hopkins fifth, Weston in sixth, Dilk seventh, Payne in eighth, Stevenson ninth, and Wilkinson, Luca Wilkinson, rounding out the top 10. A bit further back, Ralph Croft, Arnie Carr, Cameron Ancliffe, Monty Hillier, Izzy Carter, and Jack Newton, Kobe Garrett and Dan Deering, 18th place, rounding up the field on that first lap. But all of the action is at the front between the 31 of Henry McCartney and 179 Harley McCabe, having a look down the inside, but McCartney shuts the door. Cross the line, nothing at all between those riders. Oh, that is incredibly close on the lap times. 43.01 for Henry McCartney, 43.03 for McCabe. Barely anything in it, and just goes to show this sort of stock-based racing, the bikes, sealed engines, nothing at all between the bikes, really does produce some close racing at the front with these machines. And let's see what McCabe can do here. 179 in second place. Henry McCartney 31, the race leader, looks very smooth, very quick as well. So let's see what McCabe can do here. And what he'll want to do now is try and stick on the back wheel of Henry McCartney. Just look at his lines, and he's still got 9 laps to go, so he's got a bit of time here just to try and suss out the race leader. Henry McCartney, the race leader, has got to try and break away, but McCabe, you would say, would be a case of just studying the machine in front, just seeing what lines he's using. There will surely be places where McCabe is quicker and maybe perhaps might be able to steal an advantage possibly. We concentrate now on the battle of the third place, number 12 of Ruben Bray and Warwick Brady, third and fourth, very close indeed, much like the two leaders. So first and second battling, third and fourth very close as well. Luca Hopkins further behind with the machine of Zach Weston. Ruben Bray, number 12, Warwick Brady right on his tail. This is pretty much a copy of the battle for the lead. Those two leaders just going out of shot, McCartney and McCabe. The two leaders still lapping in the 42 second region at the moment, and third and fourth in the 43, so the pace hasn't really dropped off in this Ohvale class. They are lapping still at a very quick pace. They go down the inside of the number 80 of Dan Deering, currently in 18th place, as McCabe has a look down the inside. Drifts a bit wide on the apex of the hairpin and then gets a good exit down the finish line straight, but not close enough to go for a pass here. McCabe second place, 179. There's your leader, number 31, Henry McCartney. And McCabe trying to find a way through. These riders, again, pretty much identical on lap times, identical on pace here. And this, with 5 laps to go, looks like it could be quite a close battle to the finish here. Nothing at all between these two riders, and they certainly won't want to be banging bars here, because just a little bit further behind, Reuben Bray and Warwick Brady, you might just see them in shot, there they are. So not too much between the top 4. So McCabe trying to get past. And let's have a look at the lap times here. They are pulling away slightly from Reuben Bray and Warwick Brady, but not by very much. You can pretty see on the lap charts here. Let's have a look at the times on the left of the screen. 2.6 seconds between first and this rider here, number 12, Reuben Bray. Still with Warwick Brady just behind in 4th place. Now the two leaders are starting to close up on the back markers. There's Bray, and yeah, they are filtering their way through here. That's Henry McCartney doing a good job here of filtering his way through some of the midfield riders. Where is McCabe? Let's have a look. Oh, he's still there. He's lost a little bit of time, but not very much, as they go through to the top corner. Back towards us, and oh, McCartney having a glance over the shoulder there just to see if he's managed to shake off McCabe. But the answer to that one is not quite. He has pulled away slightly, 3 laps to go. There is Reuben Bray. Now let's have a look. That's the 135 of Jack Newton, currently in 15th place, about to be lapped by the leading group. Cameron Ancliffe on the number 7 has gone through in 14th place. Currently the last rider on the lead lap, although just being passed by the leaders at the top of the circuit. McCabe second, Reuben Bray, Warwick Brady, Luke Hopkins, Zach Weston, Wilson Dilks on the 85. There's the number 7. That very Barry Sheen-esque Continental 7 on the front there. You'll recognise that sort of number plate. That's Cameron Ancliffe, who is currently in 14th place. 31 though, Henry McCartney down the back straight, pulling away slightly from McCabe, who goes down the inside. I believe that is Ancliffe there in 14th. The pace picking up as we go into the last lap, just outside of the top 10. The number 11 of Daniel Stevenson, 10th place, and Monty Hillier currently in 11th. His fastest lap of the race, Hillier setting a 45.64, just ahead of Luca Wilkinson and Ralph Croft on the 49. 1 lap to go though, and Henry McCartney, again just checking his progress. He's really pulling away now from Harley McCabe. McCabe not dealing with the midfield traffic quite as well as McCartney. That's the 49 of Ralph Croft, Luca Wilkinson in there as well, 76. And McCartney now coming around the final corner. Monty Hillier will be the last rider on the lead lap, as I think we are going through for another lap actually. I think there's been a glitch. Of course the race was stopped before. It does seem to be still going on. Yeah, we are still under race conditions by the looks of things. So McCartney nipping down the inside of the 37, Monty Hillier glancing over the shoulder again to check. So Monty Hillier, of course, son of James Hillier, very established TT and Northwest rider, and running well in one of his first ever race meetings. But Henry McCartney looks like he's going to win this race. He had to fight so hard to hold on to the lead at the first part of the race, but he's taken the checkered flag, I believe. Well, still racing, I think. So our timing chart showing us showing the race is completed, but when you look at them going around, I think they are still at race pace. Whether this has been a full restart, possibly, we'll just wait and see. But certainly there's Henry McCartney, number 31. Now, we were told on the timing systems this would be the last lap, but certainly McCartney, well, I don't think he's slowing down. He's not going back to the pits just yet. He's still under race pace. And there's Harley McCabe in second, so looks like they're still going round. Here we go then, Henry McCartney Crossing the line from Harley McCabe, so I think this, presumably this must be a full restart then, because the race is still going on. Reuben Bray, number 12, still in third from Warwick Brady. And Luca Hopkins goes through. Just in the number 49 of Ralph Croft battling with Luke Wilkes. I believe this is the last lap of the race. Just put the board out now, so 1 lap to go for the 31 of Henry McCartney, who's done so well in this race. Quite a long time out on track for these riders after that restart. And Henry McCartney now round the final corner. There we go. This is the last lap now, so Henry McCartney still on the 42s. He's lapping, running very well indeed. There looks like the number 11 of Daniel Stevenson in the top 10. Henry McCartney with 1 lap to go in this race. He's run so well. Wants to be careful because he doesn't want to trip over Daniel Stevenson. He was just checking his progress, but approaching fast on Stevenson, who himself is running well. So that means that the top 9 are still on the lead lap as he nips past Stevenson round the final corner. And a great ride for the number 31. Henry McCartney takes the checkered flag. It will be 179 Harley McCabe in second after that early pressure. Third position for the number 12 Reuben Bray. Warwick Brady in fourth, and Luca Hopkins rounding out the top 5. So that's the Ohvale GP race drawing to a close. And a great ride there for Henry McCartney. Of course, it was red flagged after that incident earlier on, but everyone seems okay. And joining us up in the commentary box, enjoying some of the air-conditioned luxury, you might say, is Dervin Elaine, who ran very well earlier on.